It's that time of year again. Tommy Boy's Year in Review, 2024 Year in Review. I've already done a couple of these. I think this is my fourth one. And like I've always said, go back and look at the reviews if you want to get a good review of each of these films. This is just a recap. This is just to show you what I reviewed. And it's a must that you go back and watch the original reviews because I'm not going to remember everything. I'm just going to hit a few points here. I've got some notes. And I'll be reading from those. And so here we go. Let's get started. I don't want this to be too long. So the first film that I reviewed in 2024 was Shazam. Shazam in 3D. Now, I rated this 4.5 for the film, 4 for the 3D. It's a heartfelt moment. The Foster family is the heart of this story. Not just this Foster family, but all Foster families. It's the heart of this movie. It's a great movie overall. Inside shots are the best, absolutely fantastic. Great colors, great stick outs, pop outs, and many superheroes come out of this film in the end of this film. Okay, I don't want to ruin it for you. So 4.5 for the film, 4.0 for the 3D. What do we got next? We have The Lion King. It's playing back there behind me. The Lion King. This is the original. This is not the live action version. This is the original. What I like about this, I gave it 5 for the movie and 5 for the 3D. That's right. A must-have for collectors. A must-have. The director wanted to put you in Africa. I'm talking about way back when this was made, with the hand-colored backgrounds and everything. He wanted to put you in Africa. And with the 3D, it works. It really does. And there are some cutout effects, some cardboard cutout looking effects, but it's nothing that takes away from it. So it's a must-have for collectors. All right, what do we got next? Dune, Part 1. Dune, Part 1. Now, I saw this in the theaters with my son, and I reviewed that, but I also reviewed this disc. Go back and check out my review. It's up. You'll find it. And the 3D is good, but not mind-blowing. It's not mind-blowing 3D. It's more into the window. Definitely more into the window. It could use a little bit more separation, actually, between elements. The transfer was dark. I really had to turn my brightness up a lot. But once I did, it made all the difference in the world. And here's something. The closed captions are a must. You must turn on the closed captions to understand this film. I tell you, it was a whole different movie. Once I turned on the closed captions, it was a whole different film. I challenge you to watch this without the closed captions on and tell me the dialogue. It's really tough. I gave it 5 for the movie and 3.25 stars for the 3D. I felt that it could have used a little more separation. All right, what do we got next? Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. This is directed by James Cameron. I didn't know that. This directed by James Cameron. This is one of the greatest action films of all time, and one of the greatest sequence films, actually. Non-stop action here. Non-stop action. Gorgeous 3D. I don't know how else to put it. Gorgeous. It's 4K-ish, if I could say that. 4K-ish 3D. And I swear some shots look like they were actually filmed in 3D. This is reference quality 3D. I gave this 5 for the movie and 5 for the 3D. All right, what do we got next? Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo in 3D. I'd say this is an old pack. There's like 5 discs in here, Ultimate Collector's Edition. You got the Blu-ray 3D, DVD, digital copy. They just don't make it like this anymore. They don't have to. They don't have to make it like this anymore. But this is quite a hefty product here, I'll tell you. All right, so it's a heartfelt movie with many life applications. Absolutely many life applications here. Losing a parent, friendships. It talks about, friendships, teamwork's in here, teamwork, disabilities, if you got a disability. So many life applications here in this film. Gorgeous 3D. It's like you're swimming in the ocean. I'm a scuba diver. I've done some scuba diving. It's like you're swimming in the ocean. There's no flyouts, some pop-outs, there'll be some bubbles and particles in the room, floating around the room. But that's about it. I gave it 5 for the movie and 4.5 for the 3D because I would have liked to seen more pop-outs. What do we got next? We have Electric Man in 3D. Electric Man in 3D. So what do you got here? This is a this. Let me tell you this. This is an AI pop, conversion, and you know AI pop has come out now with Plan D, a more affordable one. But you got to check these folks out. But let me tell you about this movie. The sound score kept me in this movie, and you know it kept me interested. And the story's good. It really is. The story is good. I mean, it has some the pacing's good. It's more like a Scooby-Doo type story, which is really cool. I got vested in the guys, and I got vested in the girls too. I got vested in them, okay, and what was going to happen with them, their story. There are some adult themes. There's no doubt about that. There are some adult themes. Amazing 3D, very pleasant, good 3D. Very pleasant, good 3D. Colors are good. It's all into the window. No pop-outs, no fly-outs. I gave this 3.5 for the movie and 5 for the 3D conversion. All right, what do we got next? Predator in 3D. Predator 3D. Predator 3D. Man. All right, this is filmed in a real Mexican jungle with snakes and spiders and scorpions while they're filming in mud, and it's hot in the daytime and cold at night, and they could hear a real jungle warfare going on in the distance. And this is real. This is for a green screen, and you know they're out in the woods. Let's put it this way: they're out in the Mexican jungle filming this. They had to hire bodyguards to protect people from one of the actors. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch my review to know who that is. They hired bodyguards to protect people from one of the actors in this film. Would have been better with no sound. I watched this with my son, and we both agreed that the sound score, you know, they're walking through the jungle and you got this goofy sound score going. It'd be better if it was just silent, crickets, you know. And it dates it. That's the thing. The 3D has great depths. It's like you're there. It's like you're in the jungle. The 3D has great depths and some pop out. So I gave this 4 for the movie and 4 for the 3D. What do we got next? The Last Man on Earth. The Last Man on Earth. All right. This is another AI conversion. All right. This is based on a novel, I Am Legend. My version of this movie as a kid was the Omega Man. It was the Last Man on Earth, the Omega Man. Very scary, very scary. It's more of a reality film, though. That one was more sci-fi. This is more of a reality film, of a pandemic. Great music, sucks you in. It's like living in the 2020 pandemic again, you know. I mean, that's what it's like. Vincent Price is absolutely amazing. The 3D is beautiful. It's all into the window. Looks like it was filmed in 3D. That's how good it is. Great indoor scene in a freezer. Interiors are the best. Great backstory in this. Great backstory on the virus. Okay. Big twists in this movie. Big twists. 4 for the movie. 5 for the 3D is what I rated that. What's next? The Great Wall. The Great Wall. Matt Damon. All right. So this is hard to get a copy of. You're going to have a hard time getting a copy of this. I had a hard time getting a copy of this. It's the most expensive Chinese film ever made. There's good banter between the main stars here, and the humor hits. The humor hits. It really does. 3D is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic 3D here. Reference quality, stick outs, pop outs, fireballs, debris, monsters, spears coming, exterior and interior shots. Film falls short with character development, though. It really does fall short with character development. It's not just a sci-fi movie, it's really like a monster movie, okay? I give it 3.75 for the movie and 5 for the 3D, but it's a must-have for all 3D collectors. It's a must-have, 5 for the 3D. Up next, Legends of Flight. Legends of Flight. This is a documentary, but it's actually, it's less than that. Let me put it to you that way. This is a love letter to Boeing. Love letter to Boeing Corporation, video about the Dreamliner. The 3D is amazing. There's 3D coming right out to your face. All right, the 3D comes right out to your face, and the 3D is the star of this film. It is. Computer graphics are great. The airplanes' noses come right up to your glasses, and this was filmed with real 3D cameras, 300-pound 3D cameras on cranes. Really good. I gave it 3 for the movie. 5 for the 3D. World War II in 3D. World War II in 3D. This is a documentary on the rise and fall of the Third Reich more than it is about World War II. Of course, that's part of World War II, but if you think you're going to get complete coverage of World War II, it doesn't happen. It was captured by the Nazis, Germans' 3D cameras. Yeah, okay, and all about the 3D propaganda of the Nazi German army. An actual 1940 3D film training movie, very short. The 3D brought it basically shows how 3D brought the Third Reich up to power and how 3D brought the Third Reich down. So that's kind of interesting. It's mesmerizing. It really is mesmerizing. And it's a good look at the 3D photos, and it's for all 3D collectors. I gave it 3 for the film and 5 for the 3D. What do you got next? We have the Horror Express in 3D by AI Pop. Go check out their website if you haven't checked it out yet, or watch my original review of this, and you'll get more information on AI Pop. Reminds me of the old sci-fi movie, The Thing. The Thing, you remember that? That thing that was up on the North Pole and then, comes to life. There's lots of suspense. Great soundtrack. A limited soundtrack. It's like I was saying about Predator, when they had this goofy soundtrack. Here, sometimes silence is golden, So it's a great, the ambiance is great. The ambiance, you feel like you're there. Lots of plot changes in this. Lots of plot changes and surprises. And the 3D conversion is fantastic. Great interior shots. 4 for the movie, 5 for the 3D. What do we got next? Exodus, God and Kings. Exodus, God and Kings. Directed by Ridley Scott. So if it's a Ridley Scott film, you got to pay attention, Sigourney Weaver has like 2 lines in here. That's it. 2 lines, literally. 3D is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic. Filmed in 3D, reference quality, incredible depths, stick-outs, fly-outs, phenomenal sound score is just great. The sound score is great. A must-have for 3D collectors. A cinematic masterpiece in itself. It does not follow the biblical account, okay, so don't expect that, but it's a good story in itself. The 1956 movie is a better, realistic account of this. Okay, so what do I dig? I give this 4 for the film and 5 for the 3D. 4 for the film, 5 for the 3D. What do we got next? Oh, hang on. See that? I do have bloopers. All right. Inside Out, starring 5 emotions. That's right. This stars 5 emotions. All right. It's a lookout from inside the mind, while following these 5 emotions. A movie based on memories. It really is. It's based on memories and emotions that were felt along the way, and what has to do to change things. An amazing adventure film. It really is. Great adventure. It could bring the best mark to mind. Yeah, there's some things in here. It may trigger some things. It may bring some things to mind, because it's emotions. These are 5 emotions, and you may all of a sudden have a flashback to some emotion that maybe wasn't pleasant for you way back then or something. It could trigger some things. 3D is exquisite. It's real 3D, all into the window. Great in the window views, great depths looking down. When you're looking down here, there's some great depths. It seems like it's down forever. I gave it 5 for the movie and 4 for the 3D. What do we got next? X-Men Days of Future Past. X-Men Days of Future Past. Great cast. I'm not a fanboy of the series, so I can't comment too much on that. But a movie that you can watch over again. You can watch this movie more than once for sure. Really cool story going back to 1973. And I was around 73, so I got to see all the old cars and everything. Great story there. 3D is phenomenal. Stick-outs, fly-outs, pop-outs. Everything you heard and filmed is in 3D. Great sound score. This is why I got into 3D for this type of movie, okay? This is why I got it. All right, so I gave it 5 for the film, and I gave it 5 for the 3D. Okay, so what do we got here? Pan 3D. All right, so what we have is a box office bomb. That's right, this was a box office bomb. The critics really attacked it. They really did. The critics attacked this. Sound score did well, but it's got, it got awards and accolades. I mean, I loved Pan growing up. Okay, I loved Peter Pan growing up. I loved the original Disney movies. I liked the Peter Pan ride. I loved it. I watched this with my brother, and we were both, our jaws were open. Okay, we were on the edge of our seat through this movie. We were on the edge of our seat through this movie. That's how good we thought it was. This is a prequel, and most people don't know that. And I think that had to do with maybe why it scored low on the reviews. I don't know. It's a prequel, so. The 3D is amazing. You're going to have bullets coming out of the screen, and Blackbeard, and great looking down shots. Great looking down shots. And what I do with this, I give this 5 for the movie and 5 for the 3D. 5 for the movie and 5 for the 3D. Definitely reference quality 3D. Reference quality 3D, which means if somebody's never seen 3D, invite them in, sit them down. That's the one you want to show them. All right, what do we got next? Another Plan D release, The Devil's Hand. Plan D is a subsidy of AI Pop. Check them out online. Sound score is great. Okay, great Alfred Hitchcock-like camera angles, low light, light from below. Just a great vibe, Alfred Hitchcock type vibe. Originally was to be about witchcraft, but the main actors here, when it got switched to devil worship, they weren't too happy about that. Nothing they could do. Has voodoo aspects to it, and it has to do with seduction, morality, human sacrifice, and how you could get sucked into a cult. Okay, and once you're into a cult, how you're responsible for bringing more people in, okay, and how you're accountable for that. So, pretty cool look at cults. Good 3D. It's so good, it's like it was filmed in 3D. That's how good it is. And I gave it 3.75 for the movie and 5 for the 3D. And up, last but not least, the Polar Express in 3D. Based on a 1985 children's book, amazing motion capture film. Tom Hanks played like 5 parts in this movie. Motion capture comes off a little bit creepy. I think that had to do with the low rating, and yet it's so beloved. It's such a beloved movie. And so it comes out a little creepy, but it's got lots of awards, lots of great special features on this set here. I said it before, 3D is one of the greatest. It's just one of the greatest 3D movies of all time. This right here, okay? On my projector, in my opinion. It's a must-own and a must-watch for 3D collectors and enthusiasts. I give it 5 for the movie and 5 for the 3D. So that's it, folks. Gosh, it's been a long year. I hope it was good for you. And I'm looking forward to next year and doing some more reviews. So I want you to hit that like and subscribe button. I want you to stay safe. Okay, you got an upcoming holiday here. Stay safe. Let's get into the new year together. Safe, happy, and well. I want you to have a good night. As always, God bless.